Good day, students. Welcome back to chemistry class. My name is Tim Farwell Babajide. If you remember, in our last class, we discussed amorphous carbon. And I also said one of the classes that we treated that carbon shows a phenomenon called allotropy. And allotropy simply means existence of chemical elements in two or more different forms but in the same physical state. The elements that shows this are known as allotropes, and carbon shows two allotropes, diamond and graphite, which are the crystalline form of crystalline means with definite shape. Now, carbon also have amorphous, meaning non-crystalline form. So here, the first thing that we treated in that class is what? The meaning of amorphous. The amorphous carbon is a non-crystalline solid allotropic form of carbon. That's the meaning of amorphous. Bounded together by impurities. Now, what is they are not pure. Yes. Amorphous carbon is what? Non-crystalline solid allotropic form of carbon. Bounded together by impurities. That means you have presence of impurities in this amorphous carbon. Now, examples of this, then I gave number one, charcoal as an example. Number two, we have coal. Number three, we have coke. Number four, we have carbon black or lamp black, etc. or soot. Exactly, carbon black or soot. So, etc. I give all these common amorphous carbon. Now, in that class, we also treated charcoal. That charcoal is a lightweight carbon residue. Charcoal is what? A lightweight carbon residue which contains impurities. And that charcoal is formed when water and other volatile materials are removed from living materials like plant and animal. The charcoal is which is a black residue, carbon residue. So let me look at it that the charcoal is formed when water and other volatile materials are removed from remains of living organisms, like plant and animals. Then we have charcoal. That charcoal has what is called a porous structure, and that's why charcoal is mostly used as an absorbent. Now, example of this charcoal, we have number one, wood charcoal. And how do you obtain this? It involves heating wood in the limited supply of air. Then what you get is your wood charcoal. That's mostly used as a gas mask because of their what? High porosity to absorb poisonous gases. Then we have what is called the animal charcoal. Animal charcoal is formed when animal remains like bones, etc. Animal refuse they are heated in limited supply of air. We get animal charcoal. Take note that this animal charcoal contains impurities, which is the impurities here are calcium, tetraoxo phosphate 5 as impurities. Now, this one is mainly used as what? As to decolorize. Exactly, to decolorize. Then we also have sugar charcoal. Sugar charcoal is formed when we heat what? Sugar in the limited supply, or you carry out dehydration process using concentrated tetraoxophosphate acid. I also give examples like activated charcoal. Now, I also said we have other types. Yes, we have different types of charcoal. We have Japanese charcoal. Yes, we have Japanese charcoal. So, charcoal, because I have told you, mainly it's used as absorbent because of the porous nature of charcoal. Now, today, we want to look at another amorphous carbon, which is known as coal. Coal. Now, number one, how do you describe coal? That coal is a black mineral a black mineral of organic origin. What is this statement telling us is that this coal is obtained from living organisms, but it's not a mineral. Coal is a black mineral of organic origin containing minerals and modified remains of plant and animals. So, in coal we have impurities. Impurities in coal. Remember I said something about this amorphous. Amorphous, non-crystalline form, bounded by impurities. Now, impurities in coal, we have phosphorus, we have nitrogen, we have sulfur, we have oxygen, we have hydrogen, etc. They are impurities in our coal. Yes, and I said they are obtained from organic matter. That's number one. Number two, under coal is formation of coal. How is a coal formed? Formation of coal. Now, coal is formed when forest trees died several years ago and were buried in the swamp under atmospheric temperature and pressure. Let me explain this. Several years, millions of years ago, giant trees fell in the swamp and they were buried in the swamp. In that course, they passed through different physical and chemical changes result in modifications such that certain materials are removed, such as carbon dioxide, such as methane and water. They were removed from the coal, from the wood or the forest matter, the organic matter. So what is left is called coal. So coal is formed from forest trees and vegetations buried in the swamp several years ago, under atmospheric temperature and pressure, passing through different modifications, where I also said methane, carbon dioxide, and water have been removed, and what we have left is called that black oil called coal. Now, yes, again, let's now look at types of coal. Types of coal. We have different types of coal. I will mention that I'll give you four. Number one, what is called peat coal. Peat coal. This is just the first stage in the process of decomposition of the organic matter. So the first stage, what you get, is what is called the peat coal. And this one contains about 50% of carbon and other impurities. 50% of the carbon. Then number two, we have what is called the lignite coal, which is also known as the dirtiest coal, or brown coal. It's the dirtiest, or brown coal. And it contains, contains 60 to 70% carbon. It is the further stage in the decomposition. While the trees were buried, they were being decomposed. So the first thing that you get in the process of decomposition is the peat coal. Further decomposition will result to lignite coal or brown coal, which is the dirtiest coal, containing 60% of carbon. Then we can also have what's called subbituminous coal. Subbituminous coal. That is what follows this. Then number four, we have what's called bituminous coal. Now, bituminous coal, which is commonly referred to as the soft coal. And this one contains about 80% carbon. About 80% carbon. Then we now have the last one is called the anthracite. The anthracite or hard coal. Anthracite or hard coal. Now this one contains about 90 to 95% carbon, the rest impurities. So I've given us different types of coal. Now, let us now see uses of coal now. Uses of coal. Let me tell you that coal is mostly used as fuel. Mostly used as what? As fuel for both domestic and industrial purposes. Yes. Then coal is used in production of other compounds. Yes. Other compounds can be obtained from this. Now, before I round up my class, let's quickly look at what is called destructive distillation. Destructive distillation of coal. Destructive distillation of coal. Now, this one is the process of heating. Process of heating coal. Process of heating coal at a very high temperature. At a very high temperature in the absence of air. Very high temperature in the absence of air. So that's what's called destructive distillation. And in doing this, we are going to get 4 main products in this process. So we have 4 products under destructive distillation of coal. Number 1 is called the coal gas. Coal gas, which is usually used as a fuel. That's the first product in gaseous. Then number 2, I know there are some compositions like hydrogen, methane, etc. Then number 2, we have a coal tar. Coal tar is a slurry product obtained from this process, and it contains many aromatic compounds like toluene. Toluene is here, like a naphthalene, like a benzene. They are components of the coal tar. Coal tar is used for so many things: in construction, in production of explosives, in drugs, in insecticide, etc. Then number 3, we have what is called the ammoniacal liquor. Ammoniacal liquor. You know the meaning? This one is a aqueous solution of ammonia. Now this one is used to produce ammonium tetraoxosulfate 6, which is an important fertilizer component. Then finally, we now have what is called coke, which is the residue, the solid residue in this process. So coke is a solid residue from this process, and coke is used for so many things. We have what is called gasification of coke, where one, we have what is called a water gas. Then number 2, we have what is called producer gas. Water gas and producer gas. Water gas is obtained when this coke reacts with steam. So you get a mixture. So when you have coke and steam together, you get what? A mixture of the carbon dioxide and hydrogen. This is known as our water gas. So how do you produce water gas? You pass steam over what? Red hot coke. It will give us this carbon dioxide and hydrogen gas, which is called water gas. Then producer gas is obtained is that when you pass this coke through air, you will now get what? Nitrogen and carbon dioxide gas. So producer gas contains a mixture of nitrogen and a carbon dioxide gas. And how do you get it? You pass coke at a very high temperature through what? Your air. You get this mixture. So today we are able to discuss some of the amorphous carbon. Like amorphous, I said, is a non-crystalline form of carbon. And I said examples like charcoal, coal, carbon black. And charcoal is what? Lightweight residue. We have different types. We have wood charcoal, animal charcoal, sugar charcoal, and butter charcoal. And that coal is what? A black mineral of organic origin with impurities, phosphorus, nitrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. And I also explained how coal is formed. That coal was formed several years ago from forest trees that died and were buried in a flat swamp under low temperature and pressure, resulting in different modifications whereby water, carbon dioxide, methane were being removed, and the residue is called coal. They will also have different types of coal: the peat coal, the lignite coal, the bituminous coal, and the anthracite. I also discussed the uses of coal, mainly as well the production of organic other compounds. Then we also discussed destructive distillation of coal, heating coal at a very high temperature in the absence of air, giving us products like coal gas, coal tar, ammoniacal liquor, and coke. And when you now gasify coke, instead of coke, you get water gas and producer gas. Thanks for watching. Join the next class and stay blessed.